You know, when I started in filmmaking, you really needed permission to make a film because it was expensive before digital, etc. You really needed, distribution. You needed all that in place. And then, when the kind of internet started and especially social media like 2011, and then streamers, early days of streamers, independent film streamers, that you could, there was a whole wave sort of starting. It's like, well, we're independent now. We don't need the gatekeepers. We can get direct to the audience with social media, etc. It was all exciting. And over the years, yeah, people can do that, etc. But I can see the shift back to the gatekeepers. I can see the gatekeepers are still in control in a way. People, we all still put our films on streaming, on Amazon, Apple TV. We still get paid fuck all, really. Same with bands get paid nothing in Spotify. People are, shying towards the industry in Hollywood. Even if you build a fucking audience on like YouTube, it's like Hollywood comes in there and scooping it up as well. Even only fan stars, a lot of them, have got fucking managers and gatekeepers where they give 50% of their money away to these content managers and agencies and everyone else to get them work. The more we give away our stuff, the more we rely on gatekeepers, the more we rely on fucking managers and agents and brand sponsorships and, deals, the more that we kind of dilute ourselves. And I can understand it. People, it's a lot of work to do everything else. So you want people to take care of you and you'll do that. But history shows that these people will take care of you and take a lot of your fucking money. And you might be a fire in the sky at one point, but then you go like, what happened to that person that did that? What happened to that filmmaker 3 years later? People that did the Blair Witch Project, who the fuck are they? Or people that done Paranormal, who the fuck are they? I'm not saying that, I think it's important if we've all got to build our own audiences, etc. And we should be open to things that come in. If somebody came to me, I've had a few offers and I've turned them down because they've been fucking absurd. But if, a good offer came in to do other stuff as well, okay, I'll do that and do this, and I can, juggle between both. But I think it's important if we build our own audience, engage with our own supporters and collaborators, etc., but never to abandon them. I think that's extremely important. For me personally, it's not the right thing for everybody. For me personally, for me, building direct and build my own thing is really paramount to me. Almost like any other business, people set up a website and get mail lists and build a shop and build that way. But in the creative industries, this seduction seems to be to get seduced away by big companies and brands and everything else, and they don't have your best fucking interests at heart. I think it's important to build our own assets, our own intellectual property, our own assets. If you own your own rights to things, something might be small in the years ahead that you're building, but if you build the IP on it in a few years ahead and you grow and you keep growing, then that value, that IP can be really, really important. And it's back to that one thing, the 1,000 true fans. I've heard some people saying, I need to get a big YouTube channel now so I can get noticed by fucking Hollywood. That's a sad side, because it's back to that 1,000 true fans thing. If you really get 1,000 hardcore supporters, I'm not talking about 1,000 fucking followers on Instagram. That doesn't mean anything. I'm talking about hardcore people that are into what you're doing, and really engage with you and buy from you, etc. If you can get 1,000 of those people, then you can earn for the rest of your fucking life and you can grow. As long as you treat them right and there's a collaboration there and everybody's having fun, then you can really build and grow there. Building and growing so that you can get approval for sponsorships and brand managers and fucking deals in Hollywood and production companies who will take all your fucking money and a good fucking chunk of it, And what happens when you're not quite in vogue? What happens when you're not hot anymore? And if you've abandoned your online social following, your own supporters, etc. It's like back to that thing. They asked Mr. Beast a few years ago, was he making stuff so he could get a TV deal? And he goes, no, I don't give a fuck about TV. This is it. This is what I'm doing, So I think it's important to, no lose track in this world about building direct to our audience and building our own thing and not getting seduced by, because people are always shouting at gatekeepers. It's like gatekeepers are coming in with AI as well now. I'm seeing AI platforms where get your film on this platform, and because it's going to get to the point where a lot of people make AI movies and they kind of get an audience for them, so they've got a fucking platform and the platform will take 80%, whatever the fuck it is, and it's just a continuous cycle of permission and gatekeepers. We have to free ourselves for that as well. That's my thoughts. Thanks for watching.